Hey man, welcome back. Welcome back to the Universal Thought Podcast, man, where we share universal thoughts, ideas, concepts, philosophies, and all around good conversations with some great people, man. And on this show, your perspective is your power. You know what I'm saying? And we always bring in people that can always add to the conversation. And today, we got a very special guest in the house. But before I introduce the guest, I want to holler at my partner, Chris. What's going on with you, dog?
Life, man. Enjoying it.
Everything good?
Perfect.
Good.
I ain't gonna say perfect, but better than most.
I know that's right. Man, listen. Today, he's been on the podcast before. We actually interviewed, but he's actually in a he's very important to Memphis because of what he's actually accomplished and what he's doing right now. So Will Richardson, currently the vice chair of the Shelby County Democratic Party, owner of his own healthcare company, business mogul, serial entrepreneur, motivational speaker, public servant, owner of the livest cigar speakeasy in the city of Memphis in Harbor Town, currently running for commissioner of District 8, and his slogan is, when there's a will, there's a way. So without further ado, I want to introduce y'all to Mr. Will Richardson.
Hey man, thank y'all for having me here today, man. Man, appreciate that. That's a long list, bro. I was like, man, who is that guy?
That's you, man. Yes, sir, man. How your day been?
Man, you know what, man, we busy, man, but we are thankful, man. We just, in this space, man, it's kind of like Jordan when he said when he shot those 6 threes in a row, he said it was just one big old bucket.
Right.
That's how I feel right now. It's just one big old bucket, man. Everything that we're doing is working, and it's working for the benefit of the city. So that's what's important to me.
Already, yes, sir. Hey, man, word around town is you was a former Chiefs fan and you converted over to a Cowboy fan. Is that true?
Well, you can't listen to everybody.
Wait a minute.
Because some people spread malicious rumors, and that's one of them. I am forever a Chiefs fan, and that ain't going nowhere.
No.
And I never thought I'd sound like a Cowboy fan, but I promise y'all next year we win the Super Bowl.
Don't promise that.
You don't do it. Look, man. At the end of the day,
than we did.
At the end of the day, man. 3 out of 5 Super Bowls. That's not bad. All within the same decade. It's more than any fan could ever ask for. So a lot of teams will never see the Super Bowl. It'll be years before they get to that point. And to be a fan for so long and to witness that moment in history, man, it's always going to be remembered.
Yeah.
If they don't win another Super Bowl for another 10, 20 years. I'll remember this era. It was a great era.
Well, I wish I was, the last time the Cowboys won, I wish I would have said that then and be like, if we don't win another one. But I don't feel that way now. We need to win something. We need to
the sad part about it, you probably wasn't born when the Cowboys won this Super Bowl.
When was the last time?
He was born.
I don't know.
I was 93. I was born in 84. Really? I was born in 84. They won in 93?
I want to say 93.
Was it? Okay.
Buffalo
We have to fact check that, because I don't know.
I was more of a basketball fan then anyway.
Yeah, okay.
By
you
default.
did the Cowboys, but I'm just talking about football because I put it like this: a lot of people, at least you got to experience your team winning while you're alive.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't know football. My team won one.
Oh, really? What's your team?
I'm a Dolphin fan. Last time we won one was 72.
With Marino, right? Not with Marino.
No, that was Bob Greasy, Mercury Morris, and Paul Warfield.
Because Dan Marino never won one. Yeah.
He didn't. He went in 84. That's why I can't stand the 49ers. But
life happens, man.
It happens.
I know that's right. Well, listen, we know that you're currently running for District 8.
Yeah.
Right? And I know you've been campaigning all over the place. How has that journey been since, when you first started campaigning up until now? How's this campaigning journey been?
Well, we've been campaigning for the last 6 years. So that's how it feels for me. It's like an everyday thing. It's what we do. So when I say 6 years, it's because we ran for city council when I first got into politics, and I was just a newbie, really didn't know the ins and outs of what it took to be successful in that type of endeavor. But the minute that we lost, the next day there were opportunities to serve in the community, so we just continued to serve. We built a name base, we built a foundation, we run a race against the late great State Representative Barbara Cooper, and we lose that race, but the name kept building up. And so we just kept continuing to do the work, because like the next day when you wake up, there's still a need in the community, whether you're elected or not. there's always a need and an opportunity to serve. And so we continue to do that. And now here we are in this moment of time where the county commission seat is available and we're running, but that's what people say about me in the community. Like, he lost his races, but he just continued to serve and continue to work. So when I say the campaign trail, we've been on the campaign trail for 6 years. And we continue to build those relationships. We continue to meet the needs of the people. We continue to strengthen our community and collaborate. And in this season, you know, the people are saying that I'm the choice for this position in this time.
Right.
And it's going to be a smooth transition because we've already been doing the work.
Yeah. I actually, I was listening to Tammy. She kind of hit on that. She was like, "You've been out here working at like early."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, but I can see that, like, you're a businessman."
Yeah, man. Like, you know, if you're interested in something, you don't wait till, you know, a month before the deadline. You stake your claim in the early beginnings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we made our campaign announcement for this in July. You know, we did our kickoff in August. You know, we had a packed house. You know, we did the ALOF and everything. This is before you could pull a petition. I was letting people know that I'm ready to serve, and I mean business with that. And then we immediately began to knock doors and do all the things that people try to squeeze in 90 days. We've been doing it for almost 365 days as it relates to this actual campaign.
Yeah.
So really,
how do you, real quick, because I got to know this before I forget. How do you, like, because you have businesses, you have a entertainment, cigar lounge, you're running for office. How do you, like, and you have a family, right? How do you compartmentalize all these things?
You know what?
And still stay focused.
When I'm in that moment, I'm totally focused on that situation, and I try to make sure that I chop up enough time to devote to each situation every day, but I give it that amount of time, and then when I'm done with that, I cut it off, and I put this in, then I'm on this. But also, it's very important, if you're gonna be multifaceted at that level, that you have good people around you. And so I got a team of people around me, and I believe in collaborating not only from a community standpoint, but a business standpoint. So if I don't show up at my home care office, my team will make sure it runs as if though I'm there. If I can't make it to the speakeasy at night, my team is gonna make sure that your experience is as if I were there. And the most important thing to me is family, so that's something that you can't cut off, but we make sure we make time for each other every day. And then when it comes to the campaign, like, we're gonna knock doors from 9 to 1, and we're gonna do community stuff from 9 to 1. And if it happens to be something in the evening, then we make adjustments. But it's just about meeting the need. And when you're at this level, you have to just meet the need.
Exactly. Yes,
because you kind of was on what I was about to say. What would give you that motivation, that perseverance, that you want to do something for people?
Well, I just think that, like, man, there are very few instances where you have the true flexibility and time to do that type of work. And if God gives you that time, you know, some people, like for me, I'm blessed in this season where I don't have to be in the community. Like, I could be playing golf every day, or I could be, you know, traveling with the wife. But there's something on the inside of you that says, man, you're here in this season to be of help. And there's so many people in our community that need help, and they need resources. Some people go up without food. Some people don't have clothing. It's just so much to do. And I just feel like if God has given me this opportunity to be this flexible, then He wants me to be a servant to the people. And that's what I've done, man. I think that is my calling. Like, I feel so gratified. I feel complete doing the work of the people. You know what I'm saying? Seeing somebody, when you first meet them, have tears in their eyes because they don't know where their next meal is coming from, or they can't afford their children's school clothes, or a certain book, or a field trip. And God uses me to be that connector to change their situation and see that person have a smile on their face or begin to have tears of joy. That's my reward, man. And I want to do that every chance I get.
Yeah.
Cover something like that. I heard people say something similar. You ever thought about, you make your family happy because they see how you act?
Yeah.
And your actions in the community of such a nature?
Yeah.
That it's like, you so happy that the happiness spreads.
Yeah, man, like happiness is contagious, giving is contagious. Like sometimes you be on the edge of your seat, but you know, I've always been that self-starter. I've been that trailblazer, you know what I'm saying? I've been that catalyst. I'm the type person, I'm like, well, somebody got to do something. And some people are on the edge of their seat, but when they see you do it, then they feel like, you know what, I can do that too. So if that's what it takes for us to operate as a better community, somebody steps out on faith and says, I'll be the first to go, then that's just my motto, you know? Like where there's a will, there's a way. Like we gotta make something happen. Like man, you know, you got women out here, man, that are trying to do everything they can to raise their children. You know, they single parents, man, you know, money strapped, you know, and man, like it ain't gotta come from my pocket totally, but if I say, hey man, I got 20, Eric, you got 20, you know what I'm saying? Now we got 40, 20, you got, then for you know, we got $200 that we can wrap around this young lady, man, and give her some hope, give her some respite, you know, take a relief off of her from what she's doing every day. And when the community starts to do that, then we start being intentional. Now we out here looking to be a blessing to people.
That's okay. So all right. So that's my thing. Like that's the antidote. Yeah. That's the remedy right there, right? Yeah. But you one man, right? You're running for office. How were you able to build like a conglomerate of people to actually follow you? Because most of the time when you go out in the forefront and you're trying to do something for the community, you look behind you and you by yourself.
By yourself. And sometimes you are in the beginning. But like I said, it's gonna come a time when it's a person that they may not need something directly, but somebody in their circle needs it. And they'll reach out to you and say, hey, Will, man, you know, my aunt needs a job, or hey, Will, this young lady over here, man, she, her car got stolen. What can we do to help out? Can we get her a bus pass, or do we have any connections? And once you jump into their circle and help them out on their situation, they feel compelled at that point to, hey, man, if you need anything, you hit me up.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And we always say that before we leave. You need anything, you hit me up. Hey, Will, if you need anything, you hit me up. And so, you know, Mother Teresa said it best. She says, I can do what you can't do, and you can do what I can't do, but together we can do great things. And that's the motto that you have to have. I don't want to do it all by myself, right? Because then you'll get burnt out, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We get burnt out, and my wife be like, we can't go to Hawaii because you didn't gave all the money away, right? So I get that. It's a balance. You know, you got to make sure everything's straight. But hey, look, a third, take the relief off everybody. But that one person that we bless, man, it changed their life forever.
That's all I be trying to say. Just put it in the nutshell.
About the connection, because I tried to explain to some people the difference between a hookup and a connection.
Yeah.
And some people won't get it. So if somebody asks you what's the difference between a hookup and a connection, what would be your destination?
Man, hookup is temporary.
Right.
Connections are forever. So like once we connected and we locked in, hey man, we can do anything. Like I want to be connected. I don't want to hook up. Like a hookup is like a blind date or a one night stand, right?
Yeah.
It's just temporary. But a union, a marriage is forever. And so you want to be married to the game. You don't want to be hooked up to the game. A hookup, it can snap loose.
Snap loose, right?
But once you locked in, you connected. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I feel about my community, man. In District 8, man, we connected.
Yeah.
We connected. You got other people trying to hook up now because it's an opportunity, but it's on false pretense. It's on shaky ground. It's not a firm foundation because they ain't connected. And you can't get connected in 30 days. You gotta be connected. It takes time to build trust and relationships to be connected. For us to be brothers and sisters in arms, that's a trust process.
Yeah. And I can tell, man, the people that like surround you, they really love you.
Man,
I really see it. Man. I had a connect. Like as soon as I met you, like man, he's cool. And we met through Robert. It's cool. You the people the people that surround you, and the district that you're actually in, how often? Well, you know what? Let me get to that in a minute. Let's kind of back up a little bit. I want to kind of talk about your business attributes for a minute, right? Okay. How did that all start? Because I want to kind of get a short version of your story. Okay. Starting your business journey, up until this point, and what actually made you say, "Hey, I want to do something for the people."
Yeah, man. So like, we do home health care, man. We take care of the elderly and disabled, man. That's really a tough job because, You know, it's not like you flipping burgers or not even selling cigars or bourbon. I mean, you're dealing with people's lives.
Right.
And not only are you dealing with those people's lives directly, but their family as well, because their families are entrusting you to take the burden off of them, you know what I'm saying, for a season. And so, you know, anytime you're doing a job that requires you taking care of people, man, you got to be intentional. You got to have a heart to serve. And I've always been that guy. I've always been a protector of people. You know what I'm saying? You know, short in stature, so that means you're gonna get picked on. You know how that go when you're young. But I learned at a young age how to defend myself. And so, being out, once I learned how to defend myself, and I knew that I could stop somebody from doing something malicious to me. Then I started looking at other people that got picked on in school, and I protected them. And so that's just a attribute that I have. It's woven in my DNA to protect people and see that everybody gets a chance, a fair shake, right? You know, some people try to take advantage of people, man. I'm not with that. I'm quick to call that out. I'm quick to stand in the gap and be like, hey, if you're gonna pick on somebody, you pick on me, you know? And so that has carried on throughout our business and making sure that everybody that we serve gets the utmost. Like I treat those people like that. If that was my mom in that bed needing a bath or needing to be transitioned or ran an errand for, right? And so when you have that heart, then God continues to bless you and give you the business, because it ain't about me, it's about his people. You know what I'm saying? Like once again, he's just using me on earth to take care of his people. He's doing the work through me. You see what I'm saying? He's flowing through me to those people, right? And so as you continue to grow, then God sends other people your way, because he's giving you the multitude. You asking for the harvest, but you can't have a harvest without laborers, right? So the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. So now you got to find good laborers, and God will find those people and send people to you. Some people not even qualified on paper, but qualified in the heart and the service piece of it, the spirit piece of it. And when you have discernment, when you start to identify that, then you surround yourself around those people, and then you can do whatever you want to do. And that's what we do at WR Community Service. We continue to grow, we continue to expand, and we continue to provide the best quality care to the people that we are afforded to serve.
Can you oh my goodness. What would you say to the people they feel they want to do certain things for the community, but they don't have the courage to actually do it?
Yeah, man, I just say you got to step out on faith, right? Because like, man, you see it like, man, I'm just a softy. My wife can tell you I'm soft at heart. You can only play that St. Jude commercial twice before I get a tear in my eye and drop some money off. I was like, we got to do something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And St. Jude is in District 8, it's in the backyard. But I just tell people, man, and the thing about it is I think a lot of people want to do something huge, right? Off the rip. And sometimes it ain't about that, man. Me and the wife, man, we do a lot of things that nobody will ever know. And that's the most rewarding thing, man. And somebody might mention it, man. It was a lady did a testimony on our behalf a couple of weeks ago, man, and just we both started crying because we had forgot about that stuff. Because it was so small to us, but it was so impactful to that person. It changed their life, you know. So I tell people, if you're gonna serve in the community, stop worrying about trying to feed 10,000 and just feed one. Because that one person may need the meal more than the other 10,000 ever did. And just start there, man. Then God will show you the people that not only is he gonna show you the need, but he's gonna provide the need for you too, because he doesn't give vision without provision.
Right. So what are you gonna say to them people that they'll try to do it just for notoriety, and whatever, just to get something to come back to. I don't deal with those type of people. It's like you want something.
And you know, the thing about God is that he's going to expose that, right? He always exposes that, because that's not the will that's not his will. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, you know, you're supposed to do things in secrecy. You know what I'm saying? And if you happen to get somebody to say something about it, then great. But if you just doing it for likes, or you doing it for notoriety, it's all in vain. Even if it is successful, it's in vain because your heart ain't. You see what I'm saying? And see, at the end of the day, when all this is done and we off the scene, you gotta go to the principal office, and he gonna give you your report card. And I want my report card to be like, man, I was pure, my intentions were right, and I had the heart to serve people. And I never do it for anything in return, right?
That's the point right there.
Right, man. We do so much work in the community, man, I couldn't even keep all the receipts anyway. I'd be busy tallying up receipts for the rest of the week.
Right.
We don't worry about that. We just know, man, that so check this out. And God has a sense of humor because he put me in this position. You know, other communities are pretty solid, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, you go to Collierville, it's about the same everywhere you go. You know, you go to Orange, man, about the same everywhere you go. But District 8 is unique. 38127 where I'm from, which is Fraser, most violent zip code in Shelby County. More homicides, more, you know, DVs, aggravated assaults, all that.
Yeah.
That pocket there is a hot spot, right? I'm from that area. And then you go to 38126 in the South Memphis area, it's the most impoverished zip code in the district. Both lying in the same district. And then in the middle, you got downtown and Harbortown, one of the most affluent areas, you know, town.
Right.
So you got to learn how to balance and meet the needs of a violent, trauma-filled area. You got to find a way to eradicate poverty and bring people up, you know, so they can be prosperous and flourish in life. And then you got to keep the people in the middle happy. And they want things like tourism and attractions and things like that. And I'm all things above. I live downtown. I got a business downtown. But I'm more concerned in this season that we put resources in play so that everybody in the district can afford to be able to enjoy the amenities that we put in downtown, right? It doesn't make sense, right? Like one of the biggest things that can happen, it's happened to me, not sure if it happened to y'all. One of the worst feelings you can do is go to the Orpheum Theater and enjoy a play and then come outside and your back window busted out and everything is, you just feel violated, right? But that person probably broke in that car because they were hungry, they looking trying to make some money right quick. They got things that have happened in life that don't allow them to be productive members of society. Right. But that doesn't mean that they don't go hungry.
Right.
They don't mean they don't have kids they got to take care of. So my thought process in these first 4 years as the next county commissioner, District 8, is to make sure that we're putting resources in play so that people can begin to get on the right track and be able to afford those amenities so they can go to the Orpheum too. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You can't build a Six Flags downtown and then think these folks ain't gonna break in your car.
Right.
Or they're gonna try to figure out how to hop over the fence because they want to go to Six Flags too. So while we're building Six Flags, let's make sure that we're not forgetting the fact that we got to put resources in play so that people can have a skill set, job development, workforce development, so that they can go get a job that they can take their kids to Six Flags to.
Yeah.
Because if they making money, they ain't thinking about breaking in your car.
Come on now.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Is that anything you got to do? How would you explain zonification if that's the problem? That where you're gonna put certain people you know that's probably impoverished or they come from this area, they don't know anything, they may be hungry, but they know where to go.
Right.
So they would think they can get a quick lick.
Right. I mean, it's what people gonna do. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you don't, you know, it's kind of like back in the day. If you out there in the streets and you making fast money and you ain't cutting your boys on to it, what happens?
They're gonna come looking for you.
They come rob you.
Yeah.
They gonna take you out. So we gotta learn from some of that too. You know what I'm saying? And understand the importance of, yeah, we gotta build and we want tourism to pick up. But we got to make sure that the people that actually live, could you imagine having a restaurant next door to you that you couldn't afford to go to?
Right.
And you
right
looking out the window every day and you seeing people go in and out and they rubbing their belly like, man, them lamb chop was so good. But I want a lamb chop too. And I want to take it's Valentine's weekend.
Right.
I want to take my girl out too. And she looking at TV and she looking at social media and she want these red bottoms, she want a bag. How I'm gonna get it?
Right.
Well, you can't have one because you got a felony. No, we can't think like that. Because you can make a mistake, man. Everybody in this room that made mistakes when they was in their young years. Some of us got caught, some of us didn't. But I'll never forget the fact that, you know what I'm saying, we ain't too far removed from that. Anybody could have got caught up. You see what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
So now that I'm in a position to be able to help, I'm gonna fight for those people who have had felons and they need a second chance. We gotta bring in businesses that are willing to work with them, put them in programs so they can rehabilitate, so they can be productive members of society. I was out in Fraser in my backyard, we was knocking on the doors and these young guys told me that. They said, man, if y'all wanna stop, and I hate the word YN, I'm gonna say YMs, young men.
Young men.
They were young men. They said, man, I got felons, you know what I'm saying? And I done did these programs and the recertifications and all that, and nobody won't hire me. But guess what? I got 2 babies in there, man. They need food, so guess what tonight? We breaking in cars, or we robbing somebody, because we gotta eat. He said, man, help me, because I don't want to do that. But
It goes
what's
back
the other option?
It goes back to what you
right.
said earlier. Putting the resources out there.
Man, you gotta put the
thing
resources.
about it is, from my understanding and my knowledge, because my job also worked with them, we had plenty of them, and they stay longer than people without felonies.
Because they don't want to do that.
They
no
don't
more.
want to do more. But the ones that says there's no resources, they don't know about the resources.
right.
So it's how do you get them to know where to go for the resources?
Right. And that's the important thing. Like you said, it's about not the hookup, but the connection. I'm connected with the people in my community, the nonprofits that are doing the work. So immediately when they asked me about, hey man, you got a cleanup program, I knew to go and offer that through LaShanta Rudd and the program that she has. You know, we know people in our community that are doing that type of work. But if you don't know that, and you running for office and you can't steer me in the right direction, you can say you're gonna pray for me, that ain't doing me no good. Send me something tangible. They left there with phone numbers, they made phone calls, they made connections that moment on the ground. That's what we gotta do. And we gotta do a better job of getting the information out there. You know, my good friend Reginald Milton, Commissioner Reginald Milton said information is like milk. If you don't get it out fast enough, it spoils.
Exactly.
And so we gotta make sure that there's so many facets to doing what we have to do in this season to make our community better. It's just not a one-stop shop. It's like we gotta do a lot. We gotta communicate. We gotta advocate. You know, we gotta call things out. You know, it's a lot of stuff that you have to do. And that's what makes me different from any candidate in this race, is that I have the total flexibility to be on the ground and meet the needs of my constituents day in and day out.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. That's the difference. Like I listen to people and they have these political talking points. I don't personally like politics. I like to know what type of heart y'all really have and what reason are y'all doing what y'all doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I see that, like, you ain't using no political talking points. You actually out in the community and you actually listen to people. Like what you're saying is you repeat what a young niggas, a young man said. My bad.
Yeah.
So you used to say that now.
Look, man, I'm most comfortable in this environment right here where we having conversation. I ain't too far from moving it. I'll never forget where I come from. You know, and the challenges that I had. For me to act like this is how it's always been would be a disservice to not only the people that are in my community, but to myself and my family as well. I love the fact that I had to struggle to get to where I was at. It made me who I am, right? You know what I'm saying? My test is my testimony. Right. And so when you operate from that point, you can meet anybody. I'm not afraid to go in any community in Memphis because I used to be that person, right? And if it wasn't for the grace of God and a praying mother and father and grandmother, then I would be a YN. Right. You see what I'm saying? Right. I want that to be on record. Like when I see them guys and the people be like, just look at them. Look, they need to. I said, well, you sitting beside me, and if it had not been for resources and people wrapping around me and giving me an opportunity, then you talking about me just like that. Yeah.
What's your biggest, going into this, what's your biggest fear? If there is any.
It's the first time I've been asked that. I think my biggest fear would be to get there and find that it was all bullshit.
Wow.
Yep. And I you know, and if it is, then I'm gonna do everything I can to change the status quo, because it cannot be that any longer. Like I feel like if God gives me the opportunity to serve in this capacity, then you have the ability. Sometimes you gotta tear stuff down.
Man, I'm telling you.
You gotta tear it down to build it up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm built for that. I'm built for that season. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm all about tearing things down that don't work. I'm about keeping things that do work and taking it to a next level. But if I get there in that seat and it's all smoke and mirrors, it won't be smoke and mirrors in the next 4 years. I'm gonna fight to change that too.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm glad. Go ahead. I'm glad you said that.
Like even before he asked that, but you kind of explained it some halfway, because I'm like, if you know what you're doing and you know what you stand for, wouldn't politics be more easier if you see something that's not your way, but y'all gave me this chance to be here? I'm gonna make it easy for y'all also.
Yeah. I think that, you know, like the messenger matters, right? That's to people all the time. The messenger matters, man. Like, man, certain people can say certain things and they fly right over their head. I'm just a people person, so I'm able to just You know,
Take
meet
it
people.
in
I make
and
people
show
where
it.
people are, man. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And when people see that you're not some high and mighty, you know, little person trying to get some props, man, I really care, man. We can go out here and sit up on the viaduct with the homeless and make change.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But there is a place in this seat that allows me to do even more and be more of an impact with the power of the pen for my people. And when I say my people, I mean everybody in District 8. One of my slogans is District 8 is for everybody. It ain't just for 38103, it's for 38126, 38104, 38127, and every zip code in between. And when we set this model, when we do what we like to do in District 8, it's going to spill over into 9, 6, 5, 3, and in 4 years, Shelby County should look different with the right leadership in play. Enough is enough, man.
So
man
basically what
to
you're
do it,
saying is doing good fulfills your heart.
Yeah, man. Look, man.
I respect that.
Yeah,
I
man.
respect
Yeah,
that.
man. Yeah, man.
I respect
Yeah, man. Yeah. Because, I mean, you could be doing bad. You could be doing bad. Life is choice driven, man. You live and die off the choices you make.
Right.
Nobody make you do this or do that.
And look, we actually tackle the mindset. We try to understand how people think. Let me ask you this. Have you gotten around other people in politics and while they was talking to the people, they sounded good and they got around you and was like, you know, on some political bullshit?
I don't
Really wasn't about the
Yeah.
people.
I don't deal with them either. I keep myself far removed from them type of people.
Yeah.
Cause see, you know what I'm saying, you gotta be careful of the company you keep, you know what I'm saying? This thing that we dealing with is spiritual, man. You be around the wrong people, it'll rub off on you.
Man.
I learned one thing in life, man. Not a lot of life, but this one thing here stick with me. Only two type of people in this world. People that are bringing you up or pulling you down. Ain't no in between. Like either we on or we off. Either we doing the work or we not. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And we not gonna put on this show in front of people and then get behind closed doors and act like that ain't what we do. Or vice versa. You know you don't do this type of work and then you want to ask to run for office. It's a disgrace and it's disrespectful to our community.
Come on,
you
man.
do some work first on the ground and show yourself worthy to hold the title of county commissioner. I've done that. And that's not because I feel like that. The community told me that I've done that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They keep the receipts more than I do. And you got to do that, man. And we got to stop playing games because people's lives are at stake, man. And I don't want to go, like I said, I don't want to go to the principal office and he said, man, I gave you an opportunity that people dream of doing. And you blew it. You just screwed it up. You manipulated it. You took advantage of it. And now you want to come up in here
Right. Right.
and screw this up. You ain't coming behind these gates.
You know how many situations I've been in where I done sat and thought people was like real and about what we, okay, well, I think I can be a part of it. Let's see what's going on. Only to find out that the people wasn't real and it wasn't, but I'm dead ass serious about it.
Right.
Like,
But it's disappointing at that point.
am I out of place or is this not what I thought it was?
No, you out of place. You run the wrong people. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? And so, you know, when you identify that, man, you just keep it moving.
Yeah.
Don't let people steal your joy and break your dreams because they don't fly straight. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just remove myself from them people. You'll see them people again. You know what I'm saying? You know, God said he'll put them at a full table in the presence of your enemy, man. You know what I'm saying? It's too many times, man. I done been out, man. People didn't want to help me out to get behind me, try to sabotage what I was doing because they was mad because I was in a position to do it. That didn't stop me from doing it. It just magnified it, and they still had to come
Right.
and see it because it's already written like that. You got to see it, bro.
Gotta see it.
And the more you try to stop things, the more you hate, the better seat you get. God give you a better view. He put you right. He say he'll put you in the presence of the full table. You be sitting right on the front row. Not wanting to, but you have to because that's the way that it goes.
Man, I think you missed your college. Was you a preacher in your former?
I am a minister. I'm an ordained minister.
I knew it,
Yeah,
man.
because
I knew it.
I'm
Yeah.
looking like, okay.
Y'all ready to raise an offering? What we doing? We finna go out here and bless some people. What we finna do?
I'm ready when you ready,
Okay.
man. Goddamn, let's do
Yeah,
it.
man. Let's do
Because I was
that.
so about to ask you, like, wait a minute, Dad.
Yeah,
You
man.
said about the negative and all that because they me like, you don't care. But no, it's not that I don't care. I'm not going to entertain negative energy.
You can't.
That's just me. And
Man.
then you wonder how you don't care. That's
Man,
like,
life
it's
too
not that I don't, but I
life
just
is too
don't build it. I
Man,
don't-
life is too good to be worrying about little stupid stuff, man.
Right.
Negative stuff. Like I ain't going to bed with that on my back, man. Man, I'm partnering with God. You know, not everybody gets to say that, man. I partnered with God today. When I blessed that homeless man with some food, God used me, man, to be a blessing to that guy. How many people rolled past him and saw him and didn't do anything?
Come on, man.
But God put it on my heart to do, man. That's a joy, man.
And then people will say, wow, I don't want to support his habit. You don't know. Every homeless people ain't on drugs.
No.
I was
A light bill away from being homeless.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? He just said it, but he hit it first because I was showing that because me personally, by running across certain individuals, you might have somebody there begging, you might have somebody there joshing, you might have somebody there hustling. If I can determine the difference between them, I have no problem. But it can't be the same person. Like I said, I stop at the gas station like 3:15 every morning, in between 3:15, 3:45, just for coffee.
Right.
And if I see the same person out there, you hustling. If I see one person out of 6 months, you probably need help. I can do that. But if I see you sparingly, it's like, that's when we had the conversation about judgment. Definitely I kind of judge you. You on and off. I don't know how to treat you because I want to, but I don't know if you're going to come back tomorrow because you know I'm going to be here.
Right.
And so some things that be on your heart to do, but you afraid to do it as a why.
So my thing is, don't even worry about that, man. You just do what you're supposed to do. God will take care of the rest. You see what I'm saying? It ain't my job to discern any of that. Like, man, this dude say he hungry. Who am I to say, man, I fed you yesterday? Well, I'm still hungry. Some people cannot, I'm telling you, man, some people really have issues and situations, man, where they just can't get a job. And the only thing that they relying on God sending you there again to feed them. You see what I'm saying? And it's just like us with Jesus, right? And I'm not trying to get spiritual, but that's the only thing I can go to because that's my life experience, man.
Right.
Like, man, he's not a God of a second chance, God of another chance. Like, what if God thought like that? And here come Will again. I know to hook him up 3 times. Now he want a 4th time. You see what I'm saying? But he don't. He continue to give. As long as you seek him, he keep on giving. It ain't hurting your pocket anyway. It ain't hurting my pocket to get this man $1 every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who knows? One day he might go in there and hit a scratch off or something.
Right.
You gotta think positive. He might go in there and take $1, hit a scratch off, man, and hit for $10 billion, then come back and throw me $20 million. I ain't looking for it, but hey, it could happen. Anything's possible.
Exactly.
But man, $1 ain't hurting me, man. $2 ain't hurting me, man. And I just know this: the more you give, the more God gives you to give, man. You can't beat him giving. And you know what I'm saying, no matter how hard you try. That's a song, but it's true, man. And I mean, like I said, me and the wife will go eat some food, man, and I don't eat a whole lot. I order all this food, man, on purpose, just so I can have a to-go box. And I'll ride around the neighborhood, try to find somebody. Man, here you go, bro.
So your mind is really basically always on trying to help somebody.
Man, I'm always looking to help somebody.
Because it's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity to be a blessing.
Yeah,
and I'd
man.
rather be doing that than me looking for somebody to bless me.
I mean, I understand that. I wasn't saying anything.
I ain't
This
saying,
wouldn't really
I
come
ain't
off
saying-
negative, but it's just
I
like
ain't saying don't let
sometimes-
nobody take advantage of you now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, I'm saying that it's
let me
almost
say
like
that.
when I know you're gonna be there the next day, it's not gonna hurt me. It's not gonna starve me, anything like that.
but don't take advantage of it.
Don't take advantage because at that point it'll bring out a frustration.
Right. Now you know, but you know what the thing about it is, communication is key, right? I can have a conversation with you before I give you my money. Man, what happened? I got the right to ask you that because I'm giving you my money.
Right.
Hey man, what happened? What's going on? You'd be surprised at the stores they'll tell you, man. Hey man, look, man, I had a job. I was making 6 figures a year, man. And man, my mom died, dad died, a lot of things happened at the same time. Then the job cut me off, man. I didn't have nowhere to go. I ended up under a viaduct, man. I'm just trying to figure out how I can bounce back. I got the potential, but nobody won't hire me, man, because I ain't got the right clothes no more, and I can't get a haircut. I ain't took a bath in 5 or 6 days. But I'm smart as a whip. But man, I need a chance. Need a chance.
Never heard that. Yeah.
Need a chance. So when you have dialogue with people, then you can find out and identify what the issue is. Could be mental health issues.
Right.
But then you would have to be connected, because you can take that information and you might get in the car and drive to work and forget about it.
Right.
But if you connected, And y'all know me. Hey, let me call Will right quick. Hey, I got this dude, man, that's out here up under this viaduct every day, man. He seemed a little off. What can we do for him? Then I can make phone calls. We can go out there and see him. And then we can get him into a situation where he can be rehabilitated, be put on meds, and then become a productive member of society. That's how we make change. But you just can't just walk past people, man, because you never know. Like, nobody in this room is exempt from something happening in the next few seconds that'll put you in that same situation. And in that moment, you would want all the empathy in the world.
Right. Because I about to ask you, do you think depression can lead to mental illness?
Absolutely. Man, closed door after closed door after closed door after closed door, and you trying. You ever asked the question the other night, you ever wanted something so bad that, and you were still told no? The deflating feeling of that, just being told like ain't happening. But I really want it. Not happening. And so a lot of people had that same situation, man. They like really, like I talked to those young men, man, they really, I could see it in their eyes, man. They really want to be productive members of society, want a job.
Yeah, they just don't know where to go and how to get it, or who gonna help them.
Who gonna help them? And they've been told no a lot of times too.
And
that'll make you frustrated to be like, man, well then screw it then. I done went to 3 jobs today, and all of them told me sorry. Now I'm mad. Now I'm upset. Guess what I'm finna do? I'm finna bust this window out and go in here and get this little money. Because nobody cares anyway.
Right.
You know what?
And we got to wrap our arms around it.
Wholeheartedly agree with you with that.
Do you believe that you can do the wrong thing for the right reason?
Do the wrong thing for the right reason. I think, man, that when you in survival mode, you'll do anything.
Anything.
I knew a Marine, man, that was they got captured, POW, and they had him tied up. He did everything he could, broke his arm to maneuver. Man, when you in survival mode, you'll do anything. I heard the stories of people that have literally gnawed their hand off to slide their hand through handcuffs. You do anything when you in survival mode.
Right. I've heard that, but I've never seen it, so I didn't know if it was truth or myth.
It's true,
but I've heard it.
You know, it's just like you might say you vegan and you don't eat meat, but if you ain't got no food 7 days,
you get hungry enough.
Because your intent is to get nourished. I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat this meat now.
You'll wear that ribeye out.
I'm telling you, yeah. And I say that because, like, when you talk to like homeless people, if you really actually talk to them, you will notice that most of them got the heart of gold. These I'm gonna go ahead and talk like I talk. These street niggas. They ain't really street niggas. If you really dig down deep into who they really are, they got talents, they got gifts, they smart, they good with numbers, they good. I think, in my mind, I think those are God's chosen people. Because when you get too high and mighty and you get so heavily minded that you know earthly good, you think you shouldn't even be around these type of people, but you was once were these people, or potentially could be these people now.
I want to be around them even more now because I want them to see that if I did it, they can do it too. I want to be that motivation for them, right? You see me, you see us. Right. That's how I look at things, you know? And, you know, you just gotta, you can't, and you can never give up. You can never give up. You gotta keep fighting, man.
Yeah. You're exactly right here because, like I said, when I started the sheriff department, I started in jail. Throughout that whole jail, you know how much talent was there, Eric?
Oh yeah.
You actually have some kids, 16, 17, 20, maybe up to 25, whatever. They actually have a gift. Singing, writing, poetry, art, drawings. They really have it. For some reason, the environment told them they would not be any good at it, but they was naturally good. And like you were saying, if they actually had the resources, do you actually think that it's fine sometime to step out from your family to find your calling?
A prophet will not be received in his own land.
Right.
So you have to step out. You got to step out on faith, because your family ain't gonna see you as the great person that you are. They just see you as Will. You know, they see, and they're just Eric, always drawing. You take that same drawing somewhere, man. This the next Picasso. You see what I'm saying? So you got to step out sometimes. That don't mean you leave your family. It just means that, man, you know, everybody got to have their own space to do what God has called them to do. And sometimes we want that validation from our family, but the truth of the matter is sometimes it may not come, and that's okay, but you got to continue, because the only person that you're responsible for in this world is yourself. You got to make sure that you reach your goal and your apex of greatness. And if you don't do that, because you surround yourself around a lot of negative people, it ain't their fault. Well, I came from a house that told me I couldn't make it, but you knew in your heart you could. And sometimes, man, you got to walk alone. Mm-hmm. That's what Anthony Hamilton said, right? He said, sometimes you got to walk alone coming where I'm from.
No.
That's real.
So, since you say that, let me ask you this. Do you think trauma is based on what you went through, or how you look at what you went through?
I think a lot of it is what you went through, like, and how you perceive that, right? Like it's real. Like ACEs are real. Adverse childhood experiences are real. You should take the test. It's an adverse childhood experience test. It tells you, these certain things that happen to you in life dictate the way that you act, the way you respond, the way you handle certain things. It also has an impact on your health as well. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's another thing. Like in our district that we in, the life expectancy is 69 years old. But in the outskirts, even here in Hernando, the life expectancy is 80 plus. But you know what I'm saying, because of the trauma and the lack of resources, it also has an impact on your health. So I tell people, a healthy Shelby County is a prosperous Shelby County. Right. Because a healthy person can go to work, they can make money, they can live life, they ain't stressed out. And those all have a negative impact on your life when you don't have those amenities, those resources.
Man, I think people need more to do.
Yeah.
When you got more to do, you depend on your health to get you to do it.
Right.
Like when you got a lot of stuff to do, you don't want to be sick. You ain't got time to be sick.
Well, you got to have a goal. You got to have something to look forward to.
Right, a purpose.
Something to look forward to, a purpose, right?
Yeah.
Like I can't let my family down, right?
Come on,
so
man.
You got to keep going, But we got to also sit down and have, like we do. I love y'all podcast, man, because we get a chance to really sit down and talk about real life issues. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got a couple of questions over there, but the more we talk, the less questions we have, we start finding solutions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, man, I thank y'all for y'all podcast, man, because it's really changing the game. And it's not drama filled. It's just like, it's informative, but it's informative in a way where people feel challenged. Like, I hope that when people watch this podcast, they'll feel challenged to join that movement of helping and making Shelby County better. Because like I said, I don't want to be the person that just does it by myself. When I win, we win.
Already.
And we win together. Like my community knows that when we get a W, it's all of us that raise the trophy up. Not just me. Exactly. I don't even want to be in that situation where it's just me.
Right.
Because when you lose, you don't want to be by yourself.
Right.
So when you win, why you want to be by yourself? I want everybody to celebrate.
Sometimes I done lost something after. Just give me a minute.
Yeah.
Then I'm coming back out.
Yeah. But if we lost together as a community, we can get together and be like, man, you know,
we got to figure this out.
We got to figure this out. Tomorrow we're gonna go home. We're gonna shed a couple of tears. We're gonna, fight air. But then tomorrow morning when we get up, we got to jump right back out here because the need is still there.
Right.
If the need ain't gone, then the fight continues.
Exactly. So what you tell that person, they just don't have the motive. They know it's some good they can do even for themselves. What motivation can you give them to go on, get up, let's go do this?
I tell you what I would tell a person, say, man, just ride with me. You stay in the car. But watch this. We about to make an impact in the community right here, right now. And it might be some kids, man, like baseball season getting ready to start up. I love baseball. I love taking young kids to baseball games. But what I found is I take young people to baseball games, and I found out the parents ain't never been to a baseball game. And so I take the parents and the kids to the baseball game, and they like, this here all the time? I'm like, yeah. They like, how much did it cost? I'm like, $30. They like, well, next Sunday we're gonna do this again. Man, we done changed the family, man. That was in the house, at each other's throats and everything, but now we know Saturday at 7 o'clock, we're going to get in the car, we're going to go over to a baseball game, we're going to eat popcorn and have drinks, we're going to live the American dream. It don't cost but $30.
Right.
We got to give people the opportunity and expose people and give people access to things like that.
And don't you know this crazy?
Know a lot about it.
But listen, this what he said is real. It's a principle.
Yeah.
Like you know how you got, like when you like in a certain stage in your life and you're around certain things that you want to be around, but just like we were just talking earlier, you be like, man, I can't go back to that. I can't really deal with that, what you're doing. If you expose them to certain things, it's hard to bring them because they so used to being around what they are. But if they finally take the chance one time to get around it, their perspective, their trajectory change. And even coming to your lounge, I didn't, bro.
I didn't even know what a speakeasy was. I had to Google speakeasy. Man, but that's my vibe.
Yeah,
and it changed my. Okay, this is different.
Yeah,
I like this.
It's an opportunity to sit down, really hear your own thoughts, and also network with people,
Right.
And, and grow. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, hey, even for my kids, man, we gave them the best things in life because I knew that once they tasted it, they would always know it was available. And they would have to work to get it. You see what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
And you'd be like, man, I don't see how you go over there and buy that steak. Tell you what, bro, come on with me. First steak on me. And when you cut that sucker meat in your rear and you put it in your mouth and that sucker melt in your mouth, you're gonna be like, man, I'm coming back next week. Gotta figure this out. Now we got a conversation like, what do you do to be able to afford this? Now we having conversation. But you always gotta give something first.
I get that, and to me, I think it's just automatic second nature. If I show you something that you never seen, you're not used to, you heard, you skeptical. Come on, let's go do this here. Oh, now you tried it. Now I automatically think your next form of thought would be, I got to start doing this myself. So now, to me, I think that's motivation.
Right.
It gives you a reason to try something different.
Yeah.
Sometimes stepping out your element, it might be uncomfortable, but it will become comfortable.
Yeah, change is always uncomfortable. Change should be uncomfortable.
Always.
Right? Women give birth, man, that's a change. But it's going to be uncomfortable. But when the baby comes out, it's all worth it, right? The labor pains and all the Braxton Hicks and all that stuff that I'm learning through my wife terminology, that's the pain piece of it because it's a change that's taking place inside a woman's body. But when that baby come out through all that pain they just went through, the first thing they do is cry and smile, tears of joy of that baby in there. I don't even know if they still hurting or not. Right. But the joy that's set before them outweighs the pain that they just went through.
Pain. I was about to ask that. I don't mean to ask you that.
Yeah.
Get your wife involved, but who do you think was happier? You or him when y'all had y'all first baby?
What was that?
Who do you think was happier, her or you?
Well, see, here's the thing about us. We have a blended family. So we don't have any kids together.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Wow,
because we want to show people that blended families work. You know what I'm saying? God used us to be that example too. We don't have any kids together, but we got 3 beautiful children and 2 grandchildren. And we all family. Like, it ain't no such thing as stepdad or stepmom. Like, man, we family.
I get that. Once I took accountability, you mind.
Yeah, man, we in this together, man, And I want people to know that blended families do work.
I like that concept. I have a real small family, no kids. She got 2, but it's like I always wanted. I adopt other people's family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I like that family feel. Where I ain't got no cousins. Like I like when somebody say, "Man, I'm gonna go with cousins. I'm around cousins." I never got a chance to say that.
Yeah, and man, our district, we all family. You know what I'm saying? We call each other fam. Like, what's up, bro? What's up, sis? Because we know that we all in the same game, trying to make the same outcome. We have the same desired outcome to make our community better, man.
Yeah.
And you don't have to come from blood to be family. Yeah,
sometimes your face, sometimes your blood.
I ain't mean no disrespect, but I asked that because when I saw my daughter, this was my firstborn,
that boy fine.
I forgot how much pain she was in because I got to grab my daughter.
Right. Now that's a life changing.
That's why I was asking. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is the pain gone? Can joy overstand pain?
Yeah, joy overstand pain. Put it like this right here. If somebody hit your hand with a hammer and break your knuckles, you're gonna be like, whoa. But they put a check in your $500,000, man. It just kind of like goes.
Over with. Yeah.
You be like, man, we can get this fixed. You know what I'm saying? We can get this fixed. I can go get me a prosthetic, you know what I'm saying? Need me. But we good. You know what I'm saying? Certain things just outweigh, man, enjoy, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what we try to do, man, every day is just do something joyful, man. Life is full of turmoil and chaos and letdowns. But in the midst of that, let's find some joy and just kind of like remove ourselves from all the BS for a moment and just think about how good life can be if we work together.
Yeah. And I'm going to ask you this last question before we go into the last segment, which is the deep dive segment.
Okay.
We're going to ask you a few questions. I want to ask you this. How do you find joy in a messed up environment and situation?
Because I think there's always, a silver line. Every cloud has a silver lining. You just gotta find it, man. Like, I mean, you can choose. Life is choice driven, man. You can choose to look at things and let the negative outweigh the positive. You know, we can look at it, the glass half full or half empty, and we can have that debate all day long. But the most important thing, what I found is it's refillable.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, it's refillable. We can do it again. Let's try again. It didn't work today. Let's try again. And I think if we do that more so than we do, man, we get caught up in a lot of crazy stuff. And it's all designed to keep us off track of what we're supposed to be doing. But I think that if you go take that journey to greatness, you're gonna find there's a lot of joy in it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of hills, it's a lot of mountains to climb, but doing that process is preparing you for the ultimate reward in the end, man, that you really can enjoy. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people miss that because they give up. The first sign of danger, they turn around, they run back, they tuck their tail. You ain't gonna never get to where you go. And what I find is that thing on the inside of you that's calling you to continue to go, it ain't never going nowhere.
Yeah.
It ain't never going nowhere.
Yeah.
That's why so many people be like, man, if I could go back. But you can't go back.
Can't.
All thing you can do is wake up tomorrow morning and try to make it happen. But some people are afraid, or whatever it may be, whatever things. It could be a lot of trauma, could be aces in the past. But you got to press through that. You got to get you some help. You got to get some therapy. You got to heal. And then you got to continue to move on because you're going to be here for at least 80 years. Especially when I become county commissioner. Everybody get 80 years. You get 80. You get 80. You get 80.
You got 80 years up under our seat.
Do everything still work?
Yeah, everything still work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, that's the goal.
Everything still work. We got your medication if it don't.
This is my own personal
We get you straight.
my own little soapbox real quick. I'm actually kind of getting back to learning how to be joyful again. And this is just me being honest. When you have to focus on so many things and then you're taking on other people's burdens, and family and all this, you kind of neglect the things that make you happy.
You lose yourself, right? And so, but you just gotta, man, like in the morning, me and my wife, we wake up snapping at each other. I check the hell out of her, she check the hell out of me. We be laughing. I might cut a stupid song on and start doing a stupid dance. And that might be the only joy we get all day. But we got some. You see what I'm saying? And you go home at night, get in the bed, man, and we start cracking at each other again, and we go to bed laughing.
Right.
And you gotta do that. Now the day may be full of challenges, and it should be, because we're working to make something greater, right? If it was already fixed, we wouldn't be doing this.
Right.
You know, we got work to do. So you get a little fun in, and you get back to work. Then you have a little fun, and you get back to work. And that's the balance, right? But every day laugh. They say you're supposed to jump in the air every day too to stay active. So now I jump up on the curb. People think I'm crazy. I get out of my car and I just jump up on the curb.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to jump every day too. So jump every day and laugh every day.
Already.
Yeah.
Makes
I
sense.
laugh all day.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna say all day.
You go on social media, you can laugh all day.
All day. Yeah. It'd be depressed all day too at the same time.
Depending on what you're looking at.
So this is the deep dive segment, man. I got a few questions for you,
Okay.
just to understand how you think.
Let's go.
All right. First question: would you rather invest heavily in repairing blighted properties, or build an entirely new affordable housing from the ground up?
I think that the most important thing is to protect legacy and history. If you're in a historic district, I think we need to revitalize those homes, because those homes are the heartbeat of that community, and it brings the nostalgia that made that community that community. But I also want to make sure that if we are going to make adjustments and rehabilitating a blighted area, that they're up to date on the new technology. There are certain things that we didn't have back in the day, like MLG&W has new energy saving programs and new energy saving technology that can keep those light bills down. I want them to have the same bones and the same structure and the same nostalgia, but I also want them to have the amenities up to date that allow them to be able to enjoy the home even better.
Man, I like that. Man, that's actually hard, because keeping the legacy of a place that people are familiar with, that's important. Yeah. Okay, cool.
It's like brownstones in New York. If you tear the brownstones down, ain't New York.
Ain't no New York. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. You finna say something.
No,
I be hearing Chris like, never asked me
I
that.
understand what he said about the historic district, because I'm in the historic district, Valentine Evergreen.
Okay.
But it's not blighted.
No, it's not. Just need some other resources there. Yeah. Now I'm very in tune with Valentine Evergreen area. I went to Snowden Elementary.
They right down the street too.
Yeah.
Would you rather offer incentives to attract new businesses to District 8, or invest the same money directly into supporting small local businesses?
I think you got to do small local business because that's the heartbeat of the community. When you have a small business can take care of that little league team. They can hire people in their neighborhood. It brings about a certain shining to the community when people that live in the community provide a service to the community, and that business owner knows the needs of his community. He's going to take his dollars and put them back into the community. When we do that, we keep our money in our community. So I'm all about small businesses.
You heard this, small business. Go to elitecreditconnect.com.
Get you a small business. Get you a small business.
There you
Shameless
go.
plug. I like that.
Would you rather fund more neighborhood health clinics or expand mental health and addiction services?
I think you gotta kind of put that on a 50-50 because we need all those services in our communities, especially in District 8. When you go to other districts, man, you know, you look around, you go in certain neighborhoods, they got an OBGYN, they got maternal health, they got mental health resources all combined in that same area. And we gotta duplicate that and put that in. We deserve those amenities too. And I think if we do that, that's also aiding and changing the trajectory of our city, right? Because the issue is not that we don't have mental health resources or maternal health resources in our city. It's just that they too far away. I don't have a car, and the bus route don't run over there. So it deters me from going to check in on myself, and then that's where the issues bar. But if I can walk to a facility, or I can catch a ride from my neighbor right down the street, I'm more inclined to take care of myself. And so that's why it's so important that we get this thing right in these next 4 years and get the resources that are direly needed in our community to make our community better.
Damn, I just thought about something you said that we used to be so. It was no problem for you to ask somebody for a ride and give them a ride, but now we so afraid of each other. We can't even. It's hard to help because we're afraid of each other.
We just got to rebuild community, man. Everybody want that.
Yeah.
We just got to figure out what that looks like and how do we do that. And I think you do that by bringing the community together. We got to have more town hall meetings. Not when something goes bad, because we can rally. We seen that we rally when things are not to our liking. But can we get together when everything cool and just have a cookout in the neighborhood? You need to know who your neighbors are.
Because you said that about the healthcare area. I'm like, because I thought about this some time ago. You'll have a Christ Community Center, like smack dab in the hood, but you'll have a Baptist minor right outside the neighborhood. Why do you think people can only go to the Christ community and not this Baptist minor?
Well, I think like some issues require Baptist minor, but a lot of the issues that we have are entry level issues that can be preventive maintenance if we do it on a regular basis, right? And that's what Christ Community does. They do a great job in our community, keeping us informed and keeping us, and early detection is key, right? So if we're doing early detection, we're hoping that we never have to go to Baptist minor or to the emergency room.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it all starts about early detection and, you know, identifying things. A lot of times, unfortunately, the time that we go to the emergency room, it'd be too late. Like, you full blown got this, or you could have. But if we had done things at Christ Community at an early age and done, because that gives you, like you said, that's in Binghampton, gives you the opportunity to just walk over or catch a ride over and see where you are and be able to identify issues that you have, take medicine or treatments that can eradicate the issue altogether. And then if you need to go to minor emergency or whatever, then there's an option. But the game plan is the preventive maintenance piece that keeps us safe and not ever having to see that issue ever.
Yeah, because that's what he said about the walking and bus ride. Both of them is walking distance if you're in Binghampton. Either a Broad Street or Poplar.
And now we need one in Fraser, we need one in South City, you know, we need one in Klondike, Smoky City.
Right.
That's what we need.
Right.
And we're going to get there.
So them says there's something that you can put on the table, or
I think that's something not only we can put on the table, we can actually make happen.
Actually do.
Because where there's a will, there's a way.
There you go. Then my last question. Would you rather invest in early childhood education or job training programs for young adults?
No, early childhood education is key. Pre-K is key. If we do that right there, most kids can't read at a third grade reading level.
Man,
So if we start at pre-K, then those kids are going to be more inclined to be comprehensive. It ain't just about reading, it's also about comprehension. Right? You know what I'm saying? Do you understand what you read? And so if we start at an early age doing that, then people will be able to comprehend and navigate through life, understanding that, you know, there's a process and that it requires work and it requires study. And so yeah, it's hard. It's kind of hard to teach an old dog new tricks. I'm not saying it's impossible. I think you spend more money trying to teach an old dog than a puppy.
No, I agree. Down with these studied 40, 50-year-olds. We got to focus on these kids, bro.
Because they're the future.
I'm so sick of.
How many times have I told they join me about this sometimes? Well, you sound that it kind of calm down. Got to be like, don't use a word when you're talking to me and don't know what that word means.
Right.
And to me, because if you use a word and don't know what it means, what you saying, I'm not going to understand because I don't know what you're talking about.
Because then you get all discombobulated.
I'm like, I understand, but now it takes the ghetto listening to understand you. But if I'm English listening just straight out the tongue, I won't understand what you're saying. It'll take me a minute to think, oh, he's talking about this. That's what he's talking about.
That's why I say the messenger matters. See, like for me, I started in the streets. I worked my way to corporate. You know what I'm saying? So I can talk any language, but you got to be able to meet people where they are. Now I can bring you. We can talk slang all day long. I'm not far removed from that. But I'm also teaching you that as I continue to mature you and guide you into a position where you can begin to have meaningful conversation that doesn't require vulgarity in every sentence or some slang word. Because if we're going to go to the next level, then we got to be able to articulate ourselves in certain rooms so that they respect us and they understand we mean business. And the way to do that is just through training. You know what I'm saying? On my phone, I got a vocabulary app to go off like every 30 minutes with a new word. I try to use that word throughout the day.
Take your point.
Have you found yourself speaking slower when you're talking to somebody you know not gonna understand? Simple English.
I just think that the best way to talk to people is how we're talking right now. Very calm demeanor, eye contact, letting you know that I'm serious about it, that I'm listening to you, I understand where you're coming from, and then I start to give you gestures. And then when I do that right there, you get the same exact thing. And when we do that right there, then we do that right there. Then now we're in union, and when we're in union, we can begin to have dialogue to find a solution to whatever situation that we're in.
Because it's like some of the younger cats at work, I'm like, I had to catch I didn't mean to say that, but that's how they communicate. I understand how they communicate, but
somebody has to be.
I don't like myself to communicate like that. When I actually speak and they ask me, just say if we got a new SOP or something, I got to explain it. Break that down. What the fuck is this? What the fuck this shit seems like? I don't like doing that.
Yeah, hey, look, man. Basically, what this saying is, man, we're gonna take this junk right here. We're gonna move it over here because this stuff right here too heavy. It'll tilt that thing over. It's gonna just jack it up. Right. So boom, 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 and you gotta do that in the beginning.
I mean, to get them to understand, but eventually some of them catch on, and some of them nigga think he's smart. No, I'm just like you said earlier, the second chance program. We understand your education, but you got a chance. And this
is what I tell you too, man. Give people the opportunity to shine, right? You might be the supervisor and everything.
I'm not.
Or whatever that may be. You got a dude that's combative like that, man. He want an opportunity. Like, give him an opportunity. You catch him in the hallway or the break room, say, hey man, when we get back out here, I'm gonna show you how to run this joint right here, man. But you got to be able to explain it to him tomorrow morning now, because I'm gonna let you run it. Right. That man gonna go home and be in the mirror all night for that one moment, man, because it's his chance.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not a supervisor, but for certain areas of it, because I produce medical oxygen. I'm a trainer.
Is it flammable?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. Oxygen is not flammable.
Really?
No, oxygen is not flammable. Oxygen is a flame booster. Okay. Because fire can't breathe without oxygen. Right. So you don't put oxygen on the fire, it won't fire. Simple terms. Right. But a lot of people
you can't have oxygen in the room and be smoking a cigarette, right?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay, so I had a misconception about that. I thought that it was like
some people that's on oxygen. You can smoke.
Okay.
Now, if it leaks and it gets too much leakage.
That's what I'm saying.
It'll start from the base. Just say if you got a little flame, just say if you have a little flame right here, the oxygen filled with room. This little flame, you'll know to start catching. You can fan it out.
But if you don't
fan it out. Now, if you have a full, just say if you actually have a flammable liquid, it's gonna flame. Okay. You add oxygen, it gets bigger. Okay. And this is something a lot of people don't know when I tell you this. A lot of people don't know oxygen started as a liquid.
Right. Okay.
It starts as a liquid, and that's why we have vaporizers and this is to turn it into a gas, so we can put it in cylinder.
Right, solid.
And that's why it's
gas.
not flammable.
Okay.
Now, if you start messing with acetylene, methane, and things of that nature, they have more of a butane in it. That's flame. It's a flammable gas. When you can just light it, it's not gonna go boom anything. It's just gonna flame. The more air get to it, the more oxygen get to it, the bigger it gets. If you have a sweating amount, and that's when it become uncontrollable.
Okay. Now you know why I asked you that. Because that's how you got to talk to people. Now, I'm from the healthcare field. Everything you said, I knew. But I,
what I'm saying.
but I wanted to present myself as a person that did not know.
But I talk to them like that.
But you didn't get frustrated with me.
No, I don't. I don't get frustrated with them.
Okay. Because you did that well. The way you broke it down, that would broke me down. That's why I did it. I don't want nobody thinking that I'm in the home healthcare field and then realize it. But I just wanted to show you and show people a live example. To see like, okay, so, but the more I ask questions, you had an answer for me, which makes me trust you and trust you.
And that's how, like I said, I'm a trainer.
And that's what we got to do in our community. That's all it took. And it took us about 3 minutes.
We got a whole science lesson.
Yeah. We got
out of that 5 minutes.
Yeah, man.
But I learned something too, man.
Yeah, man.
But listen, I really appreciate you.
For sure,
you got
man.
my vote.
Man, thank you, man.
I'm gonna be supporting anything, anything you got going on. Definitely let me know.
Yeah, man.
Let the people know where they can, donate, how they can support you, and where they can find you.
Yeah, man. Always go to thewilltolead.com. That's the website. Tells you everything about our platform and what we're trying to do to make our communities better. You can go to Act Blue and type in Will Richardson. You can throw a couple of dollars in. Every little bit helps. We need campaign signs. We need material to hand out. We got to take care of poll workers. There's a lot that goes into a campaign. Campaigns are not cheap. So whether it's $5, $500, or $3,800 max, it's all taken care of and appreciated to move us to the finish line. And anything social media, just type in Will Richardson and I should pop up. There's not many Will Richardsons in this world. And if you get confused and you really can't find that, then you just got to do hashtag where there's a will, there's a way. And there's going to be some information about me because that's what I believe in.
Right.
I appreciate y'all, man.
I appreciate you, man.
Oxygen, man. Appreciate you, man. You're doing good.
All day.
Hey, man, it's been another episode of Universal Thought Podcast. Make sure you go and vote. Oh, when is vote?
Yeah, man. Early voting starts April 15th. We're almost there. April 15th through 30th. And then voting day is Cinco de Mayo. And I tell people, before you get your margarita, go vote.
Go vote. All you had to do is say Cinco de Mayo.
They don't drink margarita, so.
Be like, hey, I ain't go vote. Put the margarita down, go vote, then come back to your margarita. And trust, it's going to be worth it because in this season, we're getting ready to do some dynamic things in our community. I'm not talking about what I will do when I get in office. I'm already doing it. It's just going to be elevated because I'll be in a better position to represent the people. I am Will Richardson, and I hope to have your support on May 5th as I usher in as the new county commissioner for District 8.
And there you have it, people. It's been another episode of Universal Thought Podcast, man. We'll see y'all on the next episode. Good deal.